Hey, welcome to my new series on electric bikes at the lower end of the premium range. So these are all around 2,000 euros. The first one is the Kalkhoff Berleen 5 behind me. The list price is 199. It was in the shop they had a special promo, so it was 1749 euros. The reason it was cheaper is it's a slightly older model. It was first released in 2019. So I think they wanted to get rid of the stock. So please remember, you can get discounts in shops, never pay the full list price. In this video, I'll be comparing it to the electric bikes, the entry-level electric bikes at Decathlon, which I reviewed in other videos, where they're about 700, 900 euros. So my question is, what do you get for double your money, basically? So Kalkhoff is a German brand, it's very well known. In this bike, some of the features is, well, it's got disc brakes, but they're hydraulic disc brakes. Now that's awesome. However, it means you can't easily service it yourself unless you really know what you're doing. Hydraulic brakes can be pretty tricky, so you'll always need to have a mechanic do the service for you. What you notice about this bike though, first of all, it's much lighter than the Decathlon entry-level bikes. So it's about 20, it says 21 kilograms, it feels like less to me. It feels around 20. So you can lift it and move it much more easily than the cheaper supermarket or Decathlon electric bikes. So that's great. Partly the battery is smaller. So I think that's where they're making the weight saving. So the battery is in the frame. Here you get maximum speed of 25 kilometers an hour out of it, maximum assistance for 100 kilometers. The battery slides out the bottom as well. One of the things that's very nice about this bike is the power button is in the frame, and this is where you choose the level of assistance between 1 and 4, and it also has an LED light for the amount of battery power you have left. Some of the problems with this bike are that, well, first of all, I thought it could do with an LED screen, so you could actually see your speed, the distance you've traveled, just useful information on the screen. I think for 2,000 euros, it's not ideal to not have any kind of visual information on a screen. The assembly, the handlebar is slightly wobbly after just a couple of weeks. Now that could be the assembly within the shop, which goes back to my point that the way you can squeeze value is when you're picking up the bike in the shop or doing the test. If you're going to buy it there and then, you make sure everything is perfect on the bike, and you're getting them to basically throw in a service as you're buying it. So they're fitting it for you, they're raising the handlebars. You really need to check the bike well to get the mechanic there to do everything. You don't want to be coming back a year later, or worst case scenario, having to pay someone to do it. Another little problem, the battery is the motor is in the back wheel. I know it would cost more. It's better always to have the motor in the center of the bike with that Bosch movement, for example. They cost around 3,000 to 3,500, but you know, if you can get a back wheel motor for less than 1,000, what you're paying this extra 1,000 for is basically a lighter weight battery and hydraulic brakes, and a bike that looks a bit nicer. Final comment, I have to say, there's a lot of thought that's gone into this bike. The overall finish, this kind of blue color, looks absolutely awesome. They put the kickstand at the back, which makes it much more useful, and the bike doesn't feel like it's going to topple over. Check out my video about kickstands on electric bikes if you want to see all the problems I've had. 8 speeds is really good, that you don't need any more than that. Final positive comment, I'll end on a positive comment. As you change the power settings, the assistance settings, you feel a real oomph. So it says max speed 25 kilometers an hour. It feels like it's going about 30 or even higher, but you really feel it each time you push that button for an extra level of assistance. It really pulls you forward, maybe because the bike's lighter than the other ones I'm used to. Overall, I'd give this bike a solid 8 out of 10 if you get the discount on the purchase price. If you're paying 2,000 full price, then I'd give it 7 out of 10. If you manage to get it for around 1,700 and something, brand new, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Hit subscribe for my other reviews on new electric bikes. Thanks.